Okay, I think we're live.
We're live, yeah.
Uh, Beautiful. Well, hi everyone. Hi Pete.
Hi.
Yeah, this feels really beautiful to be live and to share what's in our hearts. Actually, I feel that this is an opportunity for us to extend. And yeah, Pete and I have been having some conversations these last few days after a prompt for Pete to host a movie gathering this Saturday. And you immediately told me, oh, I feel like it's a theme about opening up to love. I don't know the exact theme yet, but it's something about removing the blocks to love. Like, if that felt really obvious. And I feel like it's been a very healing week. And actually, with even that, I feel like it started almost with the Sunday service, actually, when Marina was sharing like all these heart opening experiences that she's had in Barcelona. And it was just like a full extension of what she experienced. And I remember that you shared with me that after that service, some friends were just kind of sharing like, oh my god, I got triggered, or all these blocks are showing up actually after that huge expression of love.
Yeah.
Everything that's not love actually like came right through the surface. And so I feel like we kind of started our prayer together early this week about, oh, there seems to be this really big theme and a call, actually, a very deep prayer to open up to that experience of unconditional love and feeling completely cared for and being able to follow my heart with no compromise and getting in touch with what is even the prayer of my heart, like as an initial step. And so I've really enjoyed our conversations this week, just to even see what is it for us and where are the blocks showing up in our mind and where can we open up to like a new way of seeing and perceiving ourselves and the world and our brothers and sisters. And so yeah, we called this live dropping the defenses to love, which feels very fresh, and it's our prayer every day. And yeah, no, you shared there's many themes actually that came to you in these last few days around this main theme. So many like practical things and just things that you can really um, speak to and address tomorrow in the movie gathering with a really beautiful movie. It's a classic. We watch it almost every year. It's such a good reminder. So yeah, do you want to share a little bit of like what, yeah, about the theme or what's even in your heart around this and what you might share tomorrow?
Yeah. It's been my prayer this week. And, like you said, I think especially up in mine since last weekend and the worship service and having a few of us have that same shared prayer of like, how do we open up to love? And I think, sometimes like even like when you're on the spiritual path and, you're taking your steps and, you're trying to, follow the spirit and but still we can get so caught up in old ways of doing things, and the doer is always kind of like trying to come in and kind of like, yeah, just and make things old. The past doesn't hold anything fresh for us. And so when we try to bring our old, like, not I know mind in any situation, it feels like we get this old result of like, that doesn't really feel satisfying. Why even when I'm on the spiritual journey and I'm trying to take the steps, why do I feel like a dissatisfaction can come up? And so and so it's kind of like recognizing that I do have a call for love. Like I have this call for something that feels expansive and like this wide brightness in my mind. And I think we all like have, had the taste of that. It's who we are. So, we have like these kind of like glimpses and memories of that in our mind. But it's like, how do I really come into that on a more consistent basis? And so that was like a prayer I had at the start of the week. And I think, A Course in Miracles is really a path of relationship. And so this is like what the spirit is really using with us, like is using mirrors, reflections of our brothers. And so, yeah, I kind of feel like it's been a major thing this week that I've been seeing, like just all these opportunities to really like go towards my brother who seems to be given me on this path, and the connections that seem to be given me, and somehow embracing a new way that's kind of different from what I've known, um, coming towards my brother in a new way, looking with fresh eyes, and seeing something that I hadn't noticed before. And I had been
Mm.
even just talking to a friend here about like the holy instant. She was asking, what is the holy instant? But it really is like this present moment, free from the past, free from any like future concerns, past concerns, this holy moment where I see past the veil of what I put on my brother, and like seeing something in a totally new way, fresh. And we just want to be in that fresh experience, and to come into the joy of that too, where we're like little children again. And you were just sharing with me earlier, like just about like this
Mhm.
experience of like a remembrance of being a little child, and the joy that you felt like even playing in nature and being so carefree and so open and dancing with the butterflies, and this like wow, like I can have a remembrance of how that feels. And it's like, why is my present experience different from that at times? So like, how can I be in that glee, that feeling of joy?
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful because I feel the character that we're going to watch tomorrow, it's very relatable. I feel like everyone in time and space can relate to her in that kind of way. Like you said, like when you're a little that childlike. Even David shared it with us here after the worship service. He shared this line from the course. There's a little child in you that needs your protection, and he's talking about the Christ child.
Mm,
Like your right mind needs protection until the full shift is made. It's like this vigilance for the kingdom. Be
mm,
vigilant for God and his kingdom. But I can see, like, I think we're like this deep prayer of the heart to feel that love and to feel that I'm being carried like a little child by a loving father. Like that is the prayer underneath everything that's happening in time and space. It doesn't matter what the form is, that's the prayer of the heart. Everyone, because that's the prayer of the heart of the Christ who is dreaming that he's not with the Father. Like that's the whole, if you go really, really deep down. But experientially, I feel this movie, and I feel like what will come through too tomorrow with the commentary is just this seeing where the defenses have come in, and when they come just in the moment, we don't even have to go into this psychotherapy to go back. This character will go she will go through some therapy, which she's not accepting initially. She's not really using it in the right way. So you can even see like the spirit can bring us the means and the relationships and the symbols that will help us open up. But it's not until the mind is ready and there's a crack that the Holy Spirit actually can come in, and that the mind is ready to receive and accept these symbols and the means to allow that sense of relaxation almost in the present moment. Like that's what we all want. The whole time now I have this song in my mind from Kirsten, and the butterflies dancing and do, like they remind me of you. It's like, oh yeah, like the flowers, the butterflies remind me of you, your presence, your soft presence. And I feel, yeah, I don't know if you want to share a little bit about that, but I feel like it's going to be a really beautiful, it's a beautiful demonstration of how the spirit can work. And just for us to even see for myself, like, oh, I recognize there's a block here. I'm not feeling totally open hearted or relaxed. So, but then it's handing it to the Holy Spirit.
mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You mentioned when David brought up that line the other week about the little child within that needs your protection, and that touched me too when he said it. Like something really stood out when he was talking about that, and I had the thought too. It's like, where are my thoughts and my behaviors out of alignment of that little child within? Like I
Mm.
almost kind of felt like how sometimes it kind of feels like yeah, like the roughness of the ego and the personality behaviors. I kind of pictured like a small child within that's almost like not quite ready to come to the surface or like come out with this brilliance, while there's these defenses that are war, like a war that's kind of happening on the surface,
Mm,
where like, where our mind seems to be at war and we're doing things that don't seem to be, in alignment with that child within. So
mm,
it felt beautiful, like just this idea of like, yeah, my thoughts that are aligned with the spirit, that feel nurturing, that bring forth that love. That's what I want to get in contact with and see where the harshness is coming up too, the judgments that I'm placing on my brother, like that kind of attempt to attack my brother that I think I can.
mm,
Yeah, just getting in touch with that. It's like, why am I fostering these thoughts? And this is a beautiful movie too, because we're going to see too how she's going to be, the main character is kind of like unconscious of her behaviors and actually feels like she has everything together, and doesn't really recognize her own call for love that's there. She's just not conscious of it. However, like she starts to get glimpses of it, and starts to get these little tastes of it. And then she starts to recognize how much she desires that actually
mm,
true way when it starts to resurface again. And it's so beautiful to watch that, how she embraces that and goes towards that. Yeah.
mm. Yeah, I feel that. And also, the spirit is so gentle with us because she can't, there's no ripping of symbols. I feel that's actually a very important part of the movie, too. There's no ripping of symbols. The spirit will use whatever the ego made, and yet he will come in and provide those glimpses of a different purpose.
Yeah.
And like it's all about the present connection rather than any outcome in the world, or a building of a self concept. But yeah, just to see that those defenses can be dropped, but it's through the guidance of the spirit. We can't go at this journey by like, I am going to let go of this mask and I am going to, it's like that's still the doer.
Yeah.
And it's very tempting, I feel, on the awakening journey to say, I am going to drop this character. And it's like, well, who's dropping who?
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
actually it has to be through the gentle guidance of the spirit. There's no other way to
Yeah.
really unwind from it, because it's through the guidance that we feel the love in every step of the way. It's not even like at the very end of this journey I'll feel it's like, no, actually the spirit is here in our mind and it's calling us with every step. There is like a sense of forgiveness or kindness or a glimpse of that love. I feel that we can feel
Mm.
in that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah,
I kind of feel like we've touched upon a lot of the great
I
things
know.
we've been talking about. It's like I don't
Yeah,
want
yeah.
to give it all away. It's a present moment experience. We're just in it right now. So it's so
Yes.
beautiful to share.
Yeah. Yeah, it does feel like that. And just to be totally carried. And yeah, even I just shared with you right before we went live, I had a beautiful call with a friend this morning, and just even seeing that the prayer of the heart is answered. It always will be answered, like, because that's the power of prayer. And so every, like, if that it kind of emerges in our mind, things will start to shift and change. It can't be any, because that wasn't a lesson yesterday, I think, or today. I don't even know. I've read it. Judge Perception follows judgment. It follows judgment. So if our mind gets rinsed of this guilt and belief that I've done something terribly wrong, like this rinsing that's constantly happening of the fear and the guilt, like when that gets rinsed, like the power of prayer becomes more evident. I think that's been my experience. The power of prayer becomes more evident, and then I don't know, like it can't be, but your experience changes. But it's not about that's not the focus. The focus is the prayer of the heart, and that kind of leads this whole awakening journey in that way.
Yeah, yeah. I like what you were saying before, like about like how gentle the spirit is too, with like this thing of we're not going to be thrust into the light, because it's too like shocking to the mind that's identified with this mask, this character. And so how gently the spirit is unwinding us until a place where the mind is kind of relaxed and trusting enough to be open to something new. It's just like, oh, what's this? What's this? Like, and can start to embrace like new symbols of love coming into this
Mm.
dream to open up to. But it's just
Mm.
gentle like unfolding that needs to happen. Like, okay, let's peel back this little petal and peel back this one, and slowly, and then it's like the mind is opening up. Oh yeah, but
Yeah,
the spirit isn't going to like just push us into something.
yeah,
So yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's step by step. It's an unwinding and an undoing of
yeah,
that. Yeah.
yeah, beautiful.
Sweet. Well, I think there's like so much that wants to come through.
Yeah,
Like,
I know. It's like,
this
oh,
was like the tip of the iceberg, and yeah, it just felt really beautiful to go live together and just to share the inspiration that's there, and I really look forward to this experience.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so
Yeah.
much. I like this opportunity to connect and to share a little preview of what's to come.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be really, there's going to be a lot of juiciness for
Yeah.
this topic tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Very heart opening.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, thank you, Pete.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks, Elena.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. And yeah, if you can join us tomorrow, that would be beautiful. We start at 9 Mountain Time, 10 Mexico time. The link is in the description. And yeah, just thank you. This is heartwarming.
Thanks,
Okay.
everyone.
Okay.